Hi friends, welcome back to my crafty desk. Sandra here at Blossom and Inspire. I hope everyone is doing well. We are doing very well here, and I just wanted to get on here with a little, I guess it's kind of a cleanup. I'm making bows. I'm going through my stuff and I'm making bows, and I'm pulling some things because I'm going to be making some tassels, and I thought, why not get on here and say, just chat a little bit. I just wanted to tell everybody thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for all your positive thoughts, your prayers, your energy, everything, love, concern that you have been sending out to me, my family, our town, our area. Just thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have all the friends that I have here. I'm so grateful to have my home and my husband here, and to be safe. I know a lot of people have experienced things like this, similar or even worse. It's very scary, and it's just kind of like a shocking and stunning. I think the hardest part for me was that I don't know. I don't know what the hardest part is. I feel like I felt really alone with my husband being gone and being home here. I just felt it was just weird. So that was a really weird feeling, and I didn't know how to process it while it was happening. So I have a daughter that lives here on the property too, and she was just frantic, and I was just like, just go, just go. We were being evacuated, and she's like, and I said, just go. At this point in time, the evacuation was all like for the fire. Oh my gosh. So anybody that's new here, we had a fire scare. So sorry. So today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, and Saturday, this past Saturday, which was what? Gosh dang it, I don't even know what the date was. I don't have a calendar. I do. I have a calendar right here. Saturday was the, let's see if this is August 2nd. Saturday was, oh, there it is, the 29th. So July 29th. I guess I'll never forget that, because that's the day that's the day I actually went to Canada, that Jamie and I went to Canada. It was a great day. We went, it was a great day. It started out as a really great day, and I guess it ended up as a great day because there's no fatalities, right? So there we go. Anyhow, we went to Canada, went to go shopping. Jason took us. We were having so much fun. We came back across the border, and then that's when Jamie and Jason, because I'm oblivious to everything, they noticed a big plume of smoke, and they're just like, oh my gosh, looks like there's a fire. And then my husband checked his thingy, and he's like, oh my, okay, I'm out. I gotta go. I'm getting called to a fire. So he left, and we went, and we were like, it's fire season. There's fires that happen. We were like concerned. It was up in the wilderness. We were like, we were concerned. So, but we weren't like, we weren't terrified or scared or anything. We were just concerned. So we continued our thrifting in town, and we went to another thrift store. When we came outside of the thrift store, so like about, I don't know, were we in there maybe I don't even think we were in there for an hour. I really don't, because it wasn't that long, because we wanted to get to 2 thrift stores in town before they closed, and it was already like 2:30 when we came across the border back into home, so, or something like that. I'm just making lots of bows to put in my thing, and I'm pulling other pieces that either will get put in back where they belong, or they'll go into making tassels here, if you're wondering what I'm doing while I'm chit-chatting. So anyhow, well, when we came out of the thrift store, we walk out, and I look back towards the thrift store, like to look in the windows. What I did, because I'm always like, what else did I miss? And when I turned around and when I looked over, of course my head went up, and I just seen the sky, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, it looked like the whole sky was just red, and it was crazy, and the sun was there, so of course, like, all that makes it even look more intense. But I'm on the dramatic side, I guess, a little bit. Anyways, and so I'm like, oh my God, Jamie, look up. She's like, I know, I've been trying to tell you, pay attention. I'm like, she goes, she was been texting with her daughter, and she was like, hey, there's alerts going out. So anyhow, that's the start of the whole, that's not the start of Saturday, that's the start of the whole fire part. So Then, so Jason's gone, he's on it, and now I'm like, oh my God, where is he at on this fire? Because it grew so fast, and it did, it just went really fast. There was winds involved, and flying embers, and new starts, and fires joining up together. It was just insane. So anyhow, all that to say, by the time the evening came, so now it is, I never went to sleep because I couldn't. See, this is like a little circle, but I like that bow. I think what I'm gonna do is just cut this ribbon here. Whoops. Oh, let me see. So by the time we get home, I want to cut it here because I want to see if I can make another one. So I'm home now, and so Jamie and I go and pick up her daughter, and we're like driving around a little bit, and we're like watching to see, and other people, and just I went out by my in-laws house because the fire was kind of back that way, and we have some property back in there, which you probably just, if you've seen the video, the more recent video was back that way first, way back. But we went to go make sure, I wanted to make sure my in-laws were okay. I hadn't heard from them. And then they were working on the fire and trying to protect structures and homes and things like that. Well, probably trying to put the fire out. So then we drove out by the golf course in our area, which to see, because we were like, oh my gosh, we hope the fire doesn't jump across, because then that would be even more scary, because there's so many homes, there's homes everywhere, but you know, it's getting closer to our homes, and you know, I know it sounds so, I feel so selfish saying this like this, but like I want everybody to be safe, but at the same time I'm thinking, oh my gosh, please don't come close to my home. So I can't, and I'm having a hard time processing that feeling, I think, because I feel so selfish, and I don't want to be selfish. Anyways, gosh, I can't make this bow. I could just make a bow. I think I'm just gonna let it be. I'm not gonna worry about trying to make it perfect. I'm just gonna let it be squiggly. I don't even know. I'm making up words here. That's not a newsflash though. Anyways, so we are so I'm thinking, okay, so they have to go home finally. So I take them home, and we go, and I was gonna go. So I went home, and I picked up my dog. Well, I was gonna go home, but then I was like, I don't want to stay home. I can't. I'm too antsy. Oops. I guess I just tugged a little too much on that. So I went home, and my dog was home all day by herself, and so I thought, okay, I'll just take her with me, and we'll just go for a drive in town. We'll go check the mail, and everything's gonna be fine. This fire's gonna go away. It's not gonna hurt anybody, and I'm just doing that. And I think now it's getting later, and it's after 6. And I'm thinking, okay, my husband's going to be so tired and so hungry, and I've been so consumed with worrying about this fire that I never made anything for dinner. So now I'm like, I'm just going to go get some money from the bank and at the ATM, and I'm going to go to the taco truck and get some food. So this is all the stuff that's going through my mind. This is what I'm doing. I'm like, and I'm thinking I'm fine, but I don't think I'm fine. I'm like scared. So I just wanted to hear from my husband, but I know I can't hear from him, and there's nobody to tell me anything. I don't know where he's at. I'm hoping he's safe, you know, like, what the heck? Like, I'm guessing that if something happened, I would hear something, but who knows? Anyhow, so we go do that, and I come home finally with the food. My friend Brianne is messaged me, and she's like, what are you doing right now? And I thought, oh my gosh, does she have eyes on me in town? Is she watching me drive around town? I said, I'm just driving around town with my dog. And she goes, why are you doing that? And I said, because, she goes, why are you doing that? And then she sends me another text. She goes, you need to just come to my house right now. And she says her husband's making burgers, and just come there right now and have dinner with them. And I go, did you see me driving around town? She goes, no. She goes, I just know how you get in situations that are stressful, so I just thought maybe I just get a hold of you and tell you to come over. And I was like, I can't. So I wasn't going over. I said, no, thank you. I'm going home. I'm going to wait for Jason because I just need to be home. And so she's like, fine. So she's just checking on me and chatting with me for the rest of the night. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, eventually, you know, I'm going to get tired and fall asleep, because I actually got up at 3 o'clock in the morning that day. And so now here it is. It's after midnight. I'm wide awake because, you know, the fire is growing. It's dark now, so the glow is like intense. And I realize that, you know, it looks like it's probably right next door when it's not. However, it did become next door, and so that was a little bit scary. Up high on a mountain though, but you know, embers flying and the wind's going and all that good stuff. And then air support, you know, it's dark now, so air support is now off duty because, you know, everybody needs to be safe. And if they can't see what they're doing, then that is not to any help to anybody. And it's more dangerous. So now fire crews are out. They're all on all night long. And and I still have not heard anything because I don't think there's like any kind of communication with the fire. Like, how are they going to communicate? I guess I don't know. I really don't know anything about it. I'm not in any kind of a link with anybody here. I don't know if there is anything. I don't know. I really don't know. I know it sounds so silly, but I don't know if there's like is there a firefighters' wives club? I'm just kidding. Like, I just don't know. So I'm just by myself. I have it's just me and Maggie, and I'm like running up and down. So I've got like my bedroom's on the top floor, and then there's a main floor where our living room is, and then there's the basement, which is a full basement, and that's where my craft room is. So I'm running up the stairs, and I'm going out on the back. I have a deck outside my bedroom, which is beautiful, and I'm like, I love it out there, but not this time because I'm running up and down the stairs because I'm going to go look at that fire and keep watching it, and I'm just watching it get bigger and bigger and bigger and coming closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so Brianne's messaging me, and she calls me now. She's done messaging. She calls me and she's like, what are you doing? She goes, come to my house right now. And I said, she goes, wait. She goes, I'll come get you. And I said, no, please don't come get me. I'm not leaving the house. Don't come get me. I'm staying home. She goes, we are moving into level 2, which means be ready to leave. And I said, I know, but it's fine. Like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I just need to relax. I go, I'll pack a bag just to be sure, but I couldn't pack because I was too, like, every time I turned around to pack, I thought, I don't even know what to pack. Like, so finally I pulled my wits about me and I thought, okay, just grab, you know, just go in. And I thought, I'm going to grab everything in threes. So I have to pack a bag for Jason, I got to pack a bag for me, and got to pack a bag for my dog. So I'm like 3 pairs. So I grab his duffel bag first, and I'm like opening his drawers, and I'm like just throwing things in there. I'm like 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks, a pair of shorts, a pair of sweatpants, 3 shirts. I'm like thinking 3. I think it was part of me was like it was a way to keep my mind focused, and then I'd like throw something in the bag. Oh. So just so you know, we're still having fires, and that was a power outage. It's just not going to be over anytime real soon, I guess. I'm so tired. So tired. Anyways, so back to my crazy story. So I'm thinking like, and thank you for letting me talk this. I just need to talk this through, I think. So I'm like, every time I'm throwing things in the bags, I'm like looking out the windows, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's getting closer. Oh my God, I'm thinking like, what the heck? Or it's not getting closer. Okay, I have a little bit more time. Okay, so now I'm gonna pack. I grabbed all his like he's got some medicines and things, and then he's got like, he gets leg cramps at night, so he's got like little things. I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, oh, and he needs a pair of reading glasses. Things that are on his nightstand. I feel like the things that are on our nightstands and on our coffee tables next to us are generally the most important things for our daily lives. I feel like that is for me. So that's what that's where I'm at in my headspace. So I'm upstairs in our room. So I'm grabbing that, and then I grab my bag and do the same thing for me. And then I grab see, this would be good in a tassel. I'm gonna throw that there. Okay. This will be good in a tassel. So I'm grabbing, so now I grab my bag. I do the same thing for me, and then I hit the bathroom, and I'm like what am I gonna grab? I'm opening the medicine chest, and I was like, wait a minute. He's got his little, because we travel to see our kids a lot, so thank goodness we do that, because we already have our little travel bags that's got stuff in it. So all I have to do is add a few things, like the toothbrush, like our travel bags have like toothpaste, soaps. I mean, like it's just like already done, and then we just grab like our main, like a razor, toothpaste, toothbrush, stuff like that, put in there. So I just did that. So that was nice. I had a little bit of brain power still to remember that. So I do that, and then I'm so silly. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna grab I'm gonna grab us both a towel and some washcloths because I know I like my washcloths and I like my towel. And so, I don't know, it's just silly. I was already in the bathroom, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, that's pretty. And so I get that all together and I grab our bags. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take these downstairs and set them by the front door. And then, so now that I'm down there, I'm grabbing my grabbed Maggie's bag, because Maggie actually has an overnight bag too that I keep, and hers stays on the main floor. So I grab the gallon-sized baggies and I'm packing them full in her food from her food container, and I'm packing all her food, because what's going through my mind also is like, it's not just that there's going to be an evacuation, but this fire's going so big and so fast. Like, are people going to go to the stores and like start buying like everything out? Like, that's a legit thought, I feel like. So I was like, I just will take what I have. So I'm grabbing all Maggie's food, like 2 big bags filled. I figure as long as I have enough to get us to Spokane, where our kids are, if I needed to go that far for a length period of time, blah. So Maggie has medicine too, so I'm grabbing like all her medicine. I'm grabbing her little cheese slices that we give her medicine in, and just stuff like that, and her little collars, just everything I need. And I got her bag, so I got my bag. Oh gosh, I can't make that a bow. I'm gonna put that aside for a second. I'm just doing all these crazy things. See, this is kind of small, and I don't think my fingers are gonna let me make that a bow, or that, and maybe this one. So I grab all our bags. I've got everything ready. I've got my car backed up to close to my front door, and now I'm filling my car with other things. I take a flat of water and I stick that in the car, and then I stuck our bags. I got our bags in the car, our pillows. I grabbed our laptops, and I've got my purse ready with all my stuff in it. I did not have on my bill though. I did not have that utility bill, and I didn't even know about that. Oh my gosh. Who told me about that? I can't even think straight right now. So I'm still can't even think straight. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't remember. Oh, and so anyways, I will start having that in there now. And I wonder if my car insurance has my address on there when they mail it to me. I should look at that and see. Also, anyhow. So I've got all that ready. I'm like, okay, so my daughter's still freaking out. I'm like, please just take the baby and go, because she's got a brand new baby also, and she's got 3 kids. And so I go, can you guys just go, please? And I will text you when I leave. And she's like frantic, and she's just like me. So I'm like, I feel bad, because I'm like, just get it out. I can't. She wants to help me. She's like, what can I do to help you? I go, you can't help me because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm either going to stand here and frantically try to think of what to tell you to do to help me, or I'm going to just do it. I can't do both. I just cannot do both. And so she finally, I'm like, just please leave. I've got it. I'm going to leave. I promise. And so finally, I get her to leave. I can tell she's frustrated with me. She's scared, and I probably really pissed her off, honestly. But, oops, sorry. Should I say that? I'm so sorry. But that's what it was. I mean, you can tell. And she was scared. I don't blame her. And, her family, they leave. So they leave finally, and they go to the other side of the lake where it's safer, and they've got they were gonna camp. They do a lot of camping over there anyways on that side, or beach hangout. So they went over there, and then the next thing I know, I don't know, I think it's around 2:30 now in the morning, and I think I wonder if I could just make that into a bow. I wonder if with this eyelash trim if it would even show that it's a bow, or if it just looks like a mess. So the next thing I know, I think it's around 2:30, and Brianne shows up at my house, and she just comes bursting in the door. I'm like, well, before all that though, I was going to tell you about the stairs. So here I am running up and down the stairs, and I kept running to my craft. I kept running downstairs. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing downstairs. But then I realized I wanted to take my craft room with me, and I couldn't take it because it's an entire basement floor of stuff, and I wouldn't even know what to take. And I thought I wanted to take like something to play with or something. And I wasn't thinking of like to play with. I was thinking of more like to keep myself occupied. Like I'm thinking, like I'm trying to think into the future. Like What if I'm gone for a really long time, or a week or 2 weeks? Like, what am I going to do to occupy my mind, my hands, so that I'm not losing my mind? You know what? Does that make sense? I don't know. But that's what was going through my head. I can't help what was going through my head. That's what was going through my head. And it was stressing me out because I couldn't take my craft room and I couldn't focus on anything to take. So I was like, okay, out of here, back upstairs, go focus on what you can do and what you need to do. I think that may work, but if nothing else, I think that'd be some cute butterfly wings, you know? Yeah, so I'm going to put this in the bow thing. So poor Maggie, she's chasing me, literally following me and chasing me up and down all these flights of stairs. So she's doesn't normally do that, so she was probably exhausted too. I don't know. It's crazy how adrenaline works. I mean, you get so much energy, but it's like frantic energy, so I don't feel like I'm making any progress. So anyhow, in between all that, so here all of a sudden, so I've got my cars now fully packed up. I'm ready because I'm getting these alerts. I'm seeing the fire come closer, so I know evacuation is going to happen. So, and the thing, and I read it because the thing came in and it said level 2. So now we're at level 2 evacuation, getting ready to move into level 3. Level 2 evacuation means be ready to leave right now. But the thing that came across, because we are rural also, is and we're limited on the amount of people, and we have fire departments from all the different towns here too. We had DNR here, everything. I mean, like, it was all kinds of crazy. We had Canada. Whoops, hold on one second. Okay, have a good day. Thank you. That was Jason. He was leaving to work. So we had all the so, and Canada was here with their bombers during the day with the water. Anyways, it was just crazy. So here we are now. It's 2:30 in the morning, and Brienne comes bursting through my front door, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And she's like, "We have to go now." She goes, "I'm driving down that." She goes, "I didn't." She goes, "It's even worse at your house than it is at my house." She goes, "We have to go now." And I says, "Where's your stuff? What's going on?" I go. She goes, "Get in my car." I'm like, "Brienne, I'm not getting in your car. I've got my car packed." I go, "But I don't want to go. I don't want to go." She's like, "No, you don't have. No, you don't. You're not getting it, Sandra. You are leaving." And I'm like, "No, why? Why do I have to leave? Jason's not home. I have to wait for him." And I'm like in my, nervous wreck here. And she's like, "Listen." She's like, "Listen. Now there's another town in our area. It is called Concanelli, and it's a beautiful area. And she's got a place up there. And that place is safe at the moment. And so her parents also live here. So she's like, "Listen, I've already sent my children with my parents to Concanelli. I'm here to get you, and I'm not leaving without you. So either you get in my car and we're going, or I'm staying here with you." Or I think something like that. She goes, "Either get in my car right now when we go to Concanelli, or figure out what you're doing, because I'm not leaving you here." That's what she said. She goes, "I'm not leaving you here. You're going." And I'm like, "But I don't want to leave. Why do I have to leave? Why do I have to leave? Like, the fire's not here. Like, I can't, like, I have to wait for Jason." She's like, "You can't wait for Jason. He's on the fire. He's going to be fine. You need to go. They are evacuating. Look outside. The sirens, and I look outside and I can see all the police sirens, all the lights flashing. I can hear the people, like, all the doors being banged on. Like, this is the sheriff. This is the sheriff. We're doing evacuation. You have to leave now. We're not coming back a second time. You have to leave now, or whatever they're saying." I'm like, "What the heck?" So then I think, okay, I think these can be into like ruffles maybe. So I go, okay. I go, "Well, I have my car packed." She goes, No, you're not driving." She goes, she knows I have a hard time seeing at night because of the eye surgery. I have a hard time, all the lights make a lot of rings. She goes, "You're not driving." I go, "My car's packed already, Brian. I'll just follow you. Just don't drive fast." And then she goes, "No, you're not. Listen, Sandra, listen." No, she was like, "I don't know what's going on." She goes, "I know you're stressed out and I know you're frantic." She goes, "But you are not driving. You're going to ride in my car." Now she's got a brand new, beautiful, brand new, I think it's a Suburban. It's beautiful. And I'm like, "I can't leave without Maggie." She goes, "No, Maggie's going too. We'll put her in my car." And I go, "Brienne, Maggie can't ride in your brand new car. I've already got she's like, "Stop it. I don't care. Maggie can ride in the car. I'm not leaving you and I'm not leaving Maggie." And I'm like, so I go, "Okay, well, all my stuff's in my car." So now we're unpacking my car and packing her vehicle with it. And So she made me leave. I couldn't not leave because she already sent her kids away and she's not with them, and she told me she wasn't leaving without me, so she kind of put me in a pickle. Anyhow, we took off. We went to Concanelli for the night. We got there, I think by the time we got there, around 3:30ish or whatever, because it's a little bit of a drive, but you know, we had to do all that packing and or unpacking and packing, whatever. Anyways, so we went. You know, is it dark in here? I feel like it's dark in here. Oh, because we had that power outage. Everything didn't turn back on. Jeez. There. How's that? I can see now too. So we had that. So we get up there. Anyways, by the time I get to bed, I'm like, her kids are there, and Carson's like, Sandra, I already have your room made up for you. And I was like, I don't want to sleep by myself. So Casey had stayed. He actually stayed in town, and they live right on the lake, and the fire wasn't really close to them at this time. And if anything came down to it, and they also had a neighbor that he was keeping an eye on, but he could just go down to the boat because he's got a boat. They've got a boat down there off the thing. I mean, if worse came to worse, and they could get on the boat, he can get on the boat and they can go across the lake. So, but he wanted his family gone in Concanelli and safe. So anyways, I'm like, I don't want to sleep by myself. And Brianne goes, I already know. She goes, you'll just sleep in my bed with me. And I was like, Carson's like appalled, you know, this 14-year-old boy's like, what? That's weird. Brianne's like, no, it isn't. Just shut up. So anyhow, so I went and I tried to sleep. I slept for an hour. I don't think Brianne got much sleep either. I slept for an hour. I got back up. Oh, maybe, I don't know if that could be a nice bow. And I just went down and had coffee, and then waiting for the new alerts and things like that. And then I was talking to Jamie, because she was still in town. Her part of the town did not get evacuated. She was inside the city limits, and so thank God it didn't come down there. So they didn't get evacuated. So I was talking to her, and she was telling me stuff. And then one of my neighbors who was evacuated, had stayed on the other side of the lake. So she drove over in the morning and seen that the road closed. The road was open back up to people that live here. So anyhow, so I came back home that day, and so that was Sunday, and I slept almost all day long. It was exhausted. I was so exhausted, and then I felt guilty for sleeping so long, but I couldn't wake up. And then Monday I got up. I was still so tired, and I went to work, to my new little job, and I was just, I mean, it was all I could do just to focus on what I was doing. Tuesday was yesterday, and that was much better. I feel better. I do have a bunch of videos that I had pre-recorded for another thing, and I thank God I had those. And so those are all that's posting right now. So those are all about my scraptastrophe and some tag making. And I appreciate everybody just watching those and giving me some grace on that. I know they probably aren't the most interesting ones, and just kind of cleaning it up. I guess this is kind of what I'm doing here, but I'm giving you the story of my insanity here. So anyhow, I did make a new video that will be coming out Saturday, because I'm working with all of these to make tassels. So I do have a really fun tassel. I think it's a fun tassel video coming up. However, I do realize that I actually made a few tassels, but I think I only showed a couple of them from finishing, but I will get those on there because I'm going to be making more. That's why I'm still doing this. So that is my crazy story and all that. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for all your positive thoughts, your prayers, your concern, your well wishes, your friendship, everything. So I really do truly 100% appreciate it. Like, I don't even know how to express my gratitude for the love and concern, but thank you. And I am doing good, and it's really smoky here. The fire is still going. I believe that we are out of harm's way. I don't want to get too cocky about that though, because you know, I don't control the weather, and you know, so we never know. Anyhow, I'm very grateful for everything. I know I keep saying that, but I truly am. And I got myself, I think what I'm going to do for maybe, I used to always have a Crafty Go bag. for traveling, and I don't have that anymore. And I think what I'll do is I'll put another one together again, because I know that sounds so silly, but I really just wanted something, and I think that would have gave me a little peace of mind also, just knowing that I had something to occupy my mind, because my mind is kind of a little crazy place to be. But I'm so grateful to also have my friends Jamie and my friend Brianne, because I mean, who cares that much, you know? If Brianne didn't come to my house, I wouldn't have left. I honestly wouldn't have left. I was gonna wait for my husband. And I mean, I have a path. Even if the road closed, I have another path outside of my house that I could have got down to where the lake is. I know that sounds really stupid, super silly, and I know there's going to be people who are like, why would you even do that? But I know. So anyhow, there's that. My husband's safe. He was exhausted. All of our firefighters are safe. They're all exhausted, I'm sure. It was crazy. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that, and I think that's going to be too hard for me to make a bow. My fingers are just not that happy right now, but I'm going to continue to make some more tassels. That's all there is. If you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me. I'll be more than happy to talk or answer anything, but I think I'm just going to move past this. Try to. We'll see. Anyways, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you, and thanks for helping me make these bows. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.